next topic that we would take up for vocabulary is health and fitness, right? The first word over there is food, right? It's not food, it's food, right? Next is diet. You know what's a diet? Yes, all your food, whatever comprises, whatever you take in for your daily survival, that's your diet, right? Next is nutritious. The word is nutritious. Where is the stress? The word is nutritious. Nutritious. Sorry? TR. Okay. Right? Correct, it is nutritious, right? You lay a stress to TR, nutritious. Okay, next is vitamins. Where is the stress? Vitamins. Where is the stress? Vitamins. The word is vitamin. About T, right? Vitamin. The word is vitamin, right? It's also called vitamin, right? Nowadays we have a different pronunciation for it, right? We can also pronounce it as vitamin, but the correct pronunciation is vitamins, right? Like we do the British way, it is vitamins. Okay, next is calories. Calories. You know the word calorie?
Yeah.
Yes, you all have heard it, right? Okay. And where is the stress for calories? Calorie. The word is calorie. Calories.
C.
C. Right? The first syllable is stress. Calories. Okay. Next is mineral. You have heard the word mineral, right? Okay. Next is injury. Injury when you get hurt, right? Injury. You have an injury. You have sustained an injury. Next is hazardous, right? The word is hazardous. Where is the stress on hazardous? Just by listening to it. Above Z. Very good. It is above Z, right? So hazardous. What does hazardous mean?
Dangerous.
Dangerous. Yes. Okay. Hazardous is dangerous. Next is stress, right? You know the word stress. Okay. Pressure. The next word is pressure. It's not pressure, it is pressure. You do not pronounce the R at the end, right? Okay. Next is relax, right? Relax. Next is pollution, as we already discussed. Where is the stress in pollution? Above L. And why is it so? Because the last words, the last syllable is T-I-O-N, right? So over here, pollution, right? Okay. Next is epidemic, right? We discussed last, right? Epidemic. Epidemic means an outbreak of any disease, right? Any disease. Next is endemic, right? Endemic, it means native. You understand the word native? When you belong to a particular place, right? So it's endemic, right? It's endemic to a particular place. The characteristics of a particular place, endemic. Okay. The next word is chronic. The word is chronic. What does chronic mean?
Occur over a longer period of time.
Chronic, right? Suppose I say he has a chronic disease, which means which will last for a long, which will last lifelong, right? So something which lasts lifelong is called chronic. Suppose he has a chronic disease, means he has a disease from which he cannot be cured, right? Chronic, something which lasts a lifetime, right? Okay. Next is medicines, right? You all know the word medicine. Alternative. 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 Above? Right. Alternative. Right? Alternative. Alternative means there is another possibility, right? When you have choices, right? You can either choose this or that. You have an alternative, right? In your exams, you get questions. Please put the correct alternative in the blanks. When you have choices and you put the correct one.
This, we can use alternative medicines.
Alternative medicines. Yes, you can use that. Okay, this is in health terms.
Health.
Correct.
Alternative
Medicines. All right. Next is allopathy. You know the word allopathy? Yes. Next is Ayurvedic. You know the word. Okay. Blood pressure. These are all terms related to health, right? So all these words, health. Blood pressure. Then exercise, right? Exercise. Yoga. Curable. Where is the stress? Curable. It's a curable disease. Where's the stress? Above C. The first syllable, right? Curable. It's a curable disease. Means a disease which can be cured. Right? You have medicines for it. You have remedies for it. Right? Curable. Next is disease. Next word is illness. Right? Illness. You know the word illness, right? Okay. Next is happy. Okay. Psychological. The next word is psychological. The P is not pronounced. It's silent. Psychological. Right? Psychological. Next is physical. Physical. Right? No, P is not silent. Physical. PH will be pronounced as F. So it's physical. Right? It's not silent. PH is pronounced as F. So it's physical. Okay. Again, the next word is stamina. Right? Stamina. You have stamina for doing a particular work. You have energy for doing a particular work. Healthcare. Right? Healthcare. All the treatment and everything is included in healthcare. Right? Jogging. You know this word, right? Jogging. Okay. Next is walking. Right? Walking. Deficiency. Deficiency. Right? When you have a lack in something. Right? If you are deficient in minerals or deficient in vitamins. Right? Lack in something. To have less. Right? Deficiency. Next is malnutrition. Malnutrition refers to, okay, yes, did someone say anything? Okay. Malnutrition refers to when you have a lack of nutrition. So you see malnutritioned kids, right? They are very thin, they are very skinny, right? You can actually see their bones, right? So that is malnutritioned kid. Malnutrition, the lack of nutrition in a person. Is it clear? Okay. Next is cardiac, related with heart, right? Cardiac arrest, heart attack, for example. Cardiac, related with heart. Next is blood circulation. Blood circulation. Circulate means flow, right? Blood circulation refers to the flow of blood in your body. Blood circulation, right? Okay, next one. Diagnosis. The word is diagnosis. Okay. Okay. The correct pronunciation is diagnosis. Where do you put the stress? Diagnosis. About D? So then how do you pronounce the word? That's where the mistake is. It's not diagnosis, it's diagnosis. Right? People generally confuse between the two. It's not diagnosis, it is diagnosis. So the stress is above N. Right? Diagnosis. Diagnosis. What does diagnosis mean? The examination of a disease, right? So you're diagnosed with a particular disease. After examination, after a blood test and so on and so forth, you're diagnosed with a particular disease. Diagnosis. Okay. Next is therapy, right? You have heard the term therapy. Okay. Fitness. You know the term fitness. Next is transplant. Transplant. What does that mean? Yes, very good. Replacement, right? When you take up a thing from a particular place and put it somewhere else. Over here, more specifically related to health. So transplant, liver transplant, kidney transplant, right? You take a kidney from somebody else and put it into somebody else. Transplant. Okay. Next is disorders. Disorders. When you have a particular group of diseases, you have disorders, right? Okay. Next is mortality. Mortality refers to the life rate of a person, right? Not the death rate. Life rate, how long he lives, right? Next is cancer. You know the word cancer. Complications, right? Complications. Where do you put the stress?
C.
Right. With C. There are two C's. In between C. Okay. The syllable before shun. So before complication. Right? Okay. Next is infant or infancy. Infant refers to a newborn, right? A newborn kid. Infancy is a state of being a newborn, right? Next is old age. Old age refers to,
Above 60.
yeah, if you can bifurcate it that ways. Above 60 are people who are elderly, right? Old age. And youth refers to youngsters, right? The stage of being a youngster is youth. Teenage, when you are in your teen years. Which are the teen years?
13 to 19.
13 to 19, right? Between the age of 13 to 19, you are a teenager, and that age is called teenage, right? Okay. Nursing, right? Nursing, right? When you care for somebody, that particular act of caring for someone is nursing. What nurses do normally, right? Obesity, you have heard this word, obesity. Not fatty, but the stage of being too fat, right? Fatty has a different meaning. So, being fat, not being fat, but being above your normal.
Overweight.
Yes, being overweight.
Overweight.
Thank you.
Overweight.
Being overweight, right? If you're an obese person, if you have obesity, means you are overweight. Yeah, you have weight more than you normally should have. Okay. Remedies refer to treatment, right? Okay. Symptoms. Okay. The word P over there is silent, right? Symptoms, right? Okay. Symptoms refer to not particular
Causes.
disease.
Causes of
Causes.
Expression, physical expression because of disease. That is generated because of disease.
Okay, so you show some signs of
Signs.
disease.
Characteristics.
Characteristics, yes. You
Yes.
show some signs of disease, you have some characteristics of disease, right? Symptoms. Next is virus and bacteria. You all know this word, right? Next is waterborne. Waterborne, right? It's not waterborne, it's waterborne. Bone refers to, okay, waterborne refers to diseases which are caused due to water reasons, right? For cholera, for example, right? Waterborne diseases which are caused by water. Waterborne. It's not waterborne, it is waterborne, right? Same is airborne. What would airborne be?
Transmitted by air.
Diseases which are caused by air, right? Viral infections, for example, right? Again, what's the next word? Again, diagnosis, right? Not diagnosis, it's diagnosis. The stress is on N. Diagnosis, right? And last is disease, right? Okay. The next topic that we have is science and technology. Oh, there are certain more words which are there in health and fitness in your next column, right? Okay, infection. For example, infection. Where is the stress? Infection. Where is the stress? Infection.
C. TION के आगे.
Yes, infection on F. Why? Because the last syllable is TION. So infection, right? The syllable before TION. Ingredients. Ingredients refer to contents, right? Whatever is used to make a particular thing. You can also use it in recipes. You normally use ingredients in recipes. Intake. Intake, to take it in, right? So your daily intake of nutrients should be there, right? Intake. Junk food, you all know this term very well, right? Okay. Nutrient, right? Nutrients, right? Which is required for your body. Obesity, we have gone through it. Therapy, we have gone through it. Appetite, what does that mean? Appetite. Hunger, right? Hunger, yes, in a loose sense, yeah, maybe hunger, but when you want to get something, right? You're hungry because you want to get food, right? Appetite for something refers to the hunger for something, right? Next is benefit, right? Advantage, benefit. Disorder, we have already gone through it. And factor. Factor is component, right? Okay. Now, there's one more word, fat. Okay.